Hi everybody, I'm Lady Red. This is Lady Red's Tech Reviews. Today we're going to take a quick look at what you need to know before you buy a phone, either online or from a friend. So stay here, leave a like on the video if you find the content helpful. Drop a comment if you have any more questions. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and get the notifications for all the new videos. Okay, so it's pretty commonplace to buy and sell phones over, Facebook or Letgo or some similar apps. There's so many of them, or buying or selling to and from your friends and family. What a lot of people don't know is what they need to look for before you purchase a phone. How to know if it's SIM locked, how to know if it's damaged, if it's even going to work on your network, or if it's been reported lost or stolen. There's even a national chain of pawn shops that has recently started buying in phones, and they're not giving their employees any training. So that inspired this video. What we're going to do today is take a look at a few things that you need to know before you buy a phone from an individual. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at, this is my Z2 Force. This is my daily driver. I have put this phone through so much abuse, and it is a tough device. It still works flawlessly. However, it does have some scars on it. So we're going to take a look at that right now, because this is how you're going to tell whether or not a phone has been dropped. Even though someone says they have taken such good care of it, maybe they're lying. Maybe they don't know. So, okay, you're going to look at the edges. Now, you see that right there? That is where it has been dropped on probably concrete or asphalt, because I'm terrible about dropping my phones. But you're going to want to look for stuff like that. Nicks, damages, especially up here at the top. Now, you'll notice at the top it's a bit better. I'm really actually careful about how I drop it when I do drop it. And you're going to want to look at the buttons and make sure there's no damage around the buttons, because damage around the buttons may mean a button gets stuck or doesn't work properly, and that can cause a lot of problems. And you're going to also want to look for the SIM tray. On this phone, it's at the top. Make sure it's there. I've seen phones come in that didn't even have a SIM tray. And also, make sure take a SIM key with you. Make sure that SIM tray actually pops out and back in like it's supposed to. And you can see here, there's another little nick there. What you also want to be sure to check is the charging port. Take a charging cord with you if possible, and just stick it right in there. And what you want to make sure it has a good solid fit, that you feel it in there. There is really, when you wiggle it, there will be some wiggle room, but you'll be able to feel if it's the charging port that is loose or not. And you'll be able to feel that here. Like, I can feel this wiggle a little because it is Type-C charging. But you notice it goes in and it sticks. Like, it doesn't come right back out with just a little tug. You have to, kind of pull it. So that means the charging port is good and tight, and it is fitted well. Now, if you can really give it a lot of wiggle room, then your charging port is likely to be loose. So definitely check that charging port. Also, check and see if there's damage around it. It should look really good. It should not have chunks missing out of it. It should not have dirt or debris inside it. It's easy to clean if you do, but it could also mean that there could be some corrosion there, because if it gets moisture on it, it will corrode on the inside of the phone. But you can see inside it. Let me see if I can get it in the frame good. There's nothing stuck in it. It charges just fine. Check the corners also. Make sure the corners look good. See, even as beat up as this one is, it's still, runs like a champ. And also check the screen. Make sure there's no cracks or deep scratches in the screen, and definitely no chunks missing out of it. The speaker, you want to look at your speaker and make sure there's nothing clogging it, no debris in there. And your camera, you don't want scratches across your camera lens on either the front or the rear cameras. And you can see here, there's no scratches. Now, this is my daily driver. This is the one I use it all the time. So this one does have a bit more wear and tear. Now, this is my A10E. It is not my daily driver. This was my son's phone, and you can see there isn't any damage. Now, if you're buying a phone online and you have the choice, I would definitely take the phone less damaged. It does have a tempered glass screen protector without any scratches or cracks on it. And the sides look good. The buttons, there's no damage on the buttons. And the top looks good. The SIM tray looks really good. And the charging port is good. And so is the headphone jack. If you have a headphone jack, make sure there's nothing stuck in it. Now we're going to check the charging port on this one just to demonstrate a good tight fit. You should hear a little click or feel a little pressure there. And you can see it wiggles just a little, but you will be able to feel it if it is wiggling inside the actual device and it is the charging port that is loose. It'll have more than just that little bit of give there. And it won't, you got to really pull on it to get it out. It's a good tight fit, and that's what you want to see whenever you check a charging port. Next, you want to see if a phone is going to be carrier locked. Now, this is a TracFone A10E. My Z2 is an AT&T Z2. So I've got the TracFone SIM card here, and I'm going to show you what a phone looks like if it happens to be carrier locked, which you're going to look for with an Android phone. iPhones are going to be a little different. To check it, just pop it out. And clearly you already have a carrier. And you're going to take your SIM card out of your old phone and you're going to put it in the new phone. I'm going to do this with both of you so you can really see, because this is locked to TracFone. So I'm going to put my Cricket SIM, and it will not harm your SIM. You will not change anything in your service. This is just a good way to test it. Now, some phones you may need to power cycle. The most common thing with one running Android Oreo or higher you're going to see is this notification. Come on. Right here. Invalid SIM card. That is what your network locked SIM card inserted, which means you're not going to be able to use that device. Now we're going to show you what that's going to look like in your AT&T device. Because this is running Android 9 Pie and my Z2 is still running Oreo. We've got it in there. Now, at the top, what you're going to see right there, SIM network unlock pin. You're going to see that immediately. If you see this, or if you see this notification like it was here, then you will know that is a SIM locked phone, and you will have to use that same carrier. Okay, now if you are buying and you do decide to buy, you have a nice, well-kept device that is free of damage, and you do decide to buy it, what you're going to want to do, if it is reset, if it is already factory reset, you want to, before you pay for that phone, go through the setup process. Make sure it's not going to be SIM locked. Make sure it's not going to be Google locked. A Google lock will turn a phone into a paperweight. So make sure you at least go partway through the setup process. If it says the device was reset, please enter your Google account that was previously on this device. That means it's Google locked. That needs to be removed. If the seller can't do that, then chances are the phone is stolen, and you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to get that Google account off of there. Leave it where it stands. Just walk away from that. Same thing with iCloud if you're buying an iPhone. And if it is not previously reset. Just make sure you go through the proper reset process before you've actually paid for the phone. Make sure you remove all accounts off of the device. And there are tutorials here on the channel for that. So, that is what you need to know about your phone. Okay, so now you know. Definitely check the build quality. Check and see if it's going to be SIM lock or network locked, and if it has a Google account on it. And if everything's on the up and up and it's in good shape, go ahead and grab up that great deal from your friend, your family member, Facebook, wherever you're buying it from. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you found this helpful. Leave a comment if you have any more questions, and subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell and get all the notifications for the new videos.